Assalamu alaikum viewers. Today I will discuss about air compressor. How to discharge air from the compressor to atmospheric air by the suction filter. It will come to the suction silencer and it will go to the LP cylinder and number 2 LP cylinder, and it will go to the number 1 intercooler, and again it will go to the number 2 intercooler, and then it will out. Then it will go to the number 1 HP cylinder and number 2 HP cylinder, and after it will discharge from this way. By this way it will discharge, and slowly this air will go to the discharge silencer. So first one is suction silencer, this is discharge suction silencer, this is discharge silencer. After the discharge silencer it will go to the after cooler. After it will go to the drain separator, and finally by this check valve it will go to the air receiver. So I am explaining again from the suction filter, this air coming suction silencer, and this is divided two ways. One is number 1 LP cylinder, another is number 2 LP cylinder. From this number 1 cylinder it will go to the intercooler. By this number 2 cylinder it will go to the number 2 intercooler. By this intercooler this air will out, and it will go to the number 1 HP cylinder. First one is LP, second one is HP cylinder, and again this from number 2 it will go to the number 2 HP cylinder. From this intercooler this is coming out, and finally it will discharge. By this line it will go to the discharge silencer. So after this discharge silencer this air will go to the after cooler, and again it will go to the drain separator, then air receiver. So cooling water, inlet cooling water coming this line, and it will go to the number 2 intercooler, and it will come out from this way, and it will go to the number 2 LP cylinder, and after it will go to the number 2 HP cylinder, and it will come out by this control valve, and there is FG, and finally it will discharge to the cooling tower system. So like this way this cooling water will go to the number 1 intercooler, and it will come out, and it will go to the number 1 LP cylinder, and again number 2 LP cylinder, again discharged by this control valve, and it will finally come out from here. Oil cooler also available. In oil cooler cooling water going by this way it will out. By this way this cooling water come out, and finally it will go to the cooling tower system. So by this way cooling water provided in this compressor house. So now there is one oil pump. This is mechanical driven, so and here is oil cooler for cooling the oil, and here is the oil filter. From this oil filter oil provided to the compressor, and one signal will go to the local control panel. So by this way we are getting plant air and instrument air. So now I will explain practically. So in practical we can see this is the suction filter. After this suction filter it is called suction silencer. From this suction silencer it will go number 1 LP and number 2 LP cylinder. It will go to the after this intercooler. From this intercooler it will come out this number 1 HP cylinder. From this HP cylinder it will go to the discharge line. So and another is number 2 HP cylinder. From this intercooler it will come out number 2 HP cylinder. From this HP cylinder it will go down this side common line, and from this number 1 LP cylinder also same this common line. From this line this air will come, and finally it will enter on the discharge silencer. So it is called discharge silencer. You can see here from this discharge silencer this air will go to the after cooler. This is called after cooler. From this after cooler it will go to the drain separator. From this drain separator here is check valve. By this check valve it will go to air receiver. So this is main motor. By this motor compressor compressed the air, and finally we are getting plant air and instrument air from this compressor. So this is the motor, and this is called compressor. You can see this is the compressor. So from cooling tower cooling water coming by this line. One is inlet line, another is outlet line. By this inlet line this cooling water coming there. Here is isolation valve, and this cooling water from one line going this after cooler, and it will come down by this another line, and it will again this inlet line. Again this cooling water will go to the LP cylinder, So again come out to HP cylinder and finally go to the cooling water system. So like this way you can see there this cooling water. From this cooling water will go to the LP cylinder. I am showing you. You can see this line. This cooling water will go to the LP cylinder. From this LP cylinder it will come out and will go to the HP cylinder. From this HP cylinder it will go to the cooling tower. So this is mechanical driven oil pump. In this oil pump, one side is the cooler are available. In the cooler, cooling water provided. Already I have seen you. This cooling water inlet coming by this way and another one going outlet, and it will go to this cooling water main header, and finally it will go to the cooling tower. So one is inlet line, another is outlet line. In this oil pump, another is oil filter. By this oil filter, oil will go to the compressor cylinder. This is cylinder side, bearing house, compressor house. This oil will go by this line. So by this way, oil circulated in the compressor. So you can see the oil circulating point. Here is oil coming, and you can see there is also oil coming. So this is the local control panel. Here is showing discharge pressure. Here is first stage. Here is second stage. And this is the motor ampere and the low oil pressure. Okay, you can go downside. This is the running signal. One is called start, acknowledge signal. Like this, all options are available here.